Everybody, Thomas here, and today we're actually going to do a proper sawmill video. We're out here on the farm in Tennessee. I've got to cut cedar 2x4s to put into our new house. Now this is a house that we're owning and we're never going to sell and everything. We had some termite damage throughout the house. I don't want to have to deal with termites anymore. Also, behind a lot of the walls where I'm ripping out everything, finding a lot of brown recluses. I mean, a lot. So I said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to put cedar 2x4s in there. They're not structural or anything. They're literally there just for walls and stuff like that because we have a truss style roof. So the center portion of the house, I said, they're not structural. Let me just put some cedar in there. I won't have to worry about the termites ever getting in there. It's going to keep away critters such as the spiders and stuff, and it'll definitely keep down any rodents and stuff like that, which I haven't seen any rodents, which is great. Everything's pretty sealed up, but it's also going to be bathroom areas too, so it's water resistant as well, so why the heck not? So let's head down there to my dad's sawmill. Also have some information about that sawmill we're going to talk about, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. All right, folks, after we spent about 30 minutes to an hour or so organizing cedar logs, I was trying to get my smaller junk logs, if you will, because we've got a big order of 6x6s and 8x8s and stuff like that, really long lengths. So I was going through the pile trying to get ones that are shorter or maybe not the most desirable and everything, just to get me a couple 2x4s for today. And then when we cut the bigger 8x8 job and stuff like that, which is going to be done with a lot of those big trees over there in the distance. But once we get those trees cut up and everything, I'll be cutting them into, like I said, 8x8, 6x6s. The offcuts of those I will use to get my 2x4s and stuff like that as well. But these are kind of short, weird logs, maybe have a little bit of doting and stuff like that. Weird branches, whatever it may be. Not too worried because these are just gonna be stud walls inside of the bathroom, non-load bearing, anything like that. It's literally just to hold up a wall, and really I just want the aroma, that resiliency of the wood to keep pests and stuff out. So let's go ahead and get to cutting this up. The first one here, I want to cut this on a time lapse because this one is funky. I mean, when I got funky logs, I got funky logs. So it's got kind of a big old curve to it. It's got all sorts of branches and whatnot sitting off of it. So I'm just gonna get this kind of squared up. We'll figure out what we can get out of it. These ones here, I'll probably cut some of these real time. These are pretty easy logs, if you will. There's not too much debris on them, and they're not crooked as all get out and stuff like that. So bear with me here, and let's go ahead and get this cut up. And then we're gonna show you where we're going to install this in the house. And this is one of the few woods you can pretty much cut on the sawmill and then go right into working it with, because these logs right here guarantee you they're 15% or less. Some of these logs have been here for 3-4+ years, and that's a great thing about cedar. It's one of the logs you can actually just have sit around for a very, very long time and not have to worry about. Another one's black walnut, but on black walnut you'll have to worry about, as that log dries in the sun and the heat and everything, the ends might start to crack. So all right, let's get to cutting. Well, folks, that first log probably wasn't even worth cutting yet. What a pain in the butt. That was just stupid with all those knots and everything. And then apparently when you get a missing child in the area and the warning comes up, it will stop recording on your phone. So I don't know how much of that time lapse was recorded. Hopefully they do find the child and everything. Yeah. So now we're going to get to a better log here. This should go much smoother, I would think. So we're gonna go and cut this up real quick, and hopefully I won't have all the shenanigans that happened on last log. Okay, so there's 8 pretty good boards here and everything. Yeah, they got a little doting, a little bit of wane, not too bad and everything. Plus the other boards I had, I think I need 10 2x4s to work with today. I have 3 over there currently, plus this, plus those short ones. I think I'll be able to finish up all the wall repair that I have to do in the bathrooms. So we're gonna go ahead and head over to the house and let's show you what we're working over there. All right, so nothing says redneck like 2 commodes in the front yard. It's been a couple days since we cut the cedar and everything, and I ripped out a wall, and I'll show the little time lapse of that. Okay, so you've seen me rip out the wall. We're gonna go back in here and kind of show what we've done the past couple days. Then we're gonna show you putting up a couple of these cedar boards or anything. You can see all this wonderful termite-ridden subfloor. So again, everywhere where there was water damage, we found termite damage. But as of right now, knock on wood, I've only found it in like 5 areas. It's not as bad as it looks. Everything is very sound. You can see they were using this girt here, so this is absolutely crazy, but there's a column underneath right there, a little pier right there, a footer, if you will. There's a root that came in from out there. There was a tree and everything, this all in the backyard here. This is why I definitely do not like trees growing next to houses and everything. But there's a tree there which had a long root that extended all the way into here and went past that column and went all the way to about where the door is going into the garage. That root was the avenue that brought the termites in on this side. It's pretty unfortunate. So they came up that footer right there, and as you can see, they went into that girt and went over, and they just kind of followed anywhere where there's water. I've got a little bit of damage on that 1 2x6 down there, and a little bit of the sill right there, but it's only, that's 6 inches wide. About 2 inches of that is not really great. I'm gonna come back in, put a cedar board on top of both those, and then scab onto the side of that. Again, the cedar, nothing will touch it. As I'm cutting the cedar, the sawdust, when it goes into the pit or whatever, the hole here, the crawl space, I see the spiders running from it. So that's a good sign. Getting rid of all the critters and stuff like that is awesome, because every time I crawl down into the crawl space here and everything, I'm absolutely covered. There's cave crickets down there, lots of spider webs, but I've had a lot of brown recluses on me. I haven't been bit yet, thank goodness, because that's a bad, gnarly bite. If you ever do get bit by one of those, go seek medical attention right away, because they can cause essentially your skin to rot off and flesh, and it's bad. So don't do that. Anyways, I've cut back everything here, and I need to double up on that floor joist there, which I gotta go cut some more 9 1/4, I think, boards is what they turn out to be in cedar. The rest of these are okay. I'm gonna probably scab on somewhere else, but I'll show you something over here. We already did put one cedar board in there. You can see right there, scabbed on the cedar board there. That was the worst affected floor joist right there. And it goes from sill plate to sill. And then I absolutely coated everything down here in termite killer. Sprayed the crap out of this stuff. And you could see it like killing them on contact. So this is what we got right here. So, Spectricide, Terminate, Termite, and Carpenter Ant. It's been pretty good. I just got some on my hands, so I gotta get that washed off. Give me 1 second. Okay, hand cleaned up. That stuff is no joke. Yeah. Back here by the back door, I was worried about where they had the potted plants here and everything that they just let sit. Luckily, all the subflooring underneath that is fine. I do have a little bit of mold there. I'm gonna go ahead and do some mold treatment on. Nothing too bad. As you can see, we did get the ginormous shower out. Very dated shower and everything. However, measured that door, and I measured the back sliding door. It will not fit. I gotta cut the dang thing up. I was hoping we could have donated this on, because it is a, I mean, yes, it is dated, but it is a nice shower. But it sucks. I gotta cut that up. The jetted tub, we can get that out. It's just heavy as all get out. I need help. That's as far as I can move it, and I was about done. The pantry here, which used to be where the shower was, there was a little bit of termite damage. You can see just a little bit there. Not as bad as what I was thinking here. It was just really in the subfloor material and nothing else. Also, another big plus is the commode that was back here. I really thought it was going to be bad based on what the top layer looked like. When I initially cut the top layer away, I'm like, holy crap, the bottom 3/4 inch plywood is just fine. So that's good. I am going to spray everything down with termite or whatever the heck that stuff called, termite killer stuff, and go from there. As you can see, we do have the stud wall here in this bathroom, but I can't close up this section here because we're going to be buying a shower tub combo thing, and I need to be able to have it to come through. So the one door going to the garage is 35 inches wide. The shower we're going to put in here is 33 inches wide. So if my math is correct, it gives me 2 inches, so an inch on either side to get that through that one door. I've got plenty of room going through the double doors here, and then plenty of room to get through here. It's 33 by 66. I've marked that out on the floor right here. Behind this door, we'll do a nice little linen closet, and then I'll have like a nice little flat wall. So the linen closet will extend this way too, and I'll have like an access panel. No, I don't need an access panel. I think I'm gonna put the water on that side. Anyways, we'll see which side. Maybe I'll put the water on this side, have an access panel. It'd be really nice. But I'll have that inside of the little closet space. But we're gonna have essentially about a 2-foot wall right here between the closet space and here, so that the girls can have hooks to hang up their towels and stuff like that. It'll be a nice place to have a hook right next to the shower, so when you get out of the shower, you're not reaching, halfway across the bathroom. Again, this will be the pantry. This is essentially 10 foot by 6 foot, I believe, and that is just over 4 foot by 10 foot for the other utility pantry type thing, where we put things that like the mixer, the rice cooker, the air fryer, stuff like that. Kitchen type materials that don't need to be out. So this is the bathroom here. Had a decent amount of damage in that wall. I've already doubled up, so there's one cedar board doubled up onto that 2x6. There's 2 more 2x6 cedar boards there, and then there's one right here as well. That wall and this section here had a lot of damage. I'm actually using cedar boards around the commode, and I shored up a lot more in here. I had to put another piece of 9 1/4 by 2 cedar boards down there, just on top of the sill. I put another little bracer board there, and then these little 2x4s. Just, I don't know why, but this commode section was unsupported, and it had sagged down, and it caused some leaking and all sorts of stuff. And that's what drew those termites in. So yeah, not pretty, and just a lot of work here. This is taking me quite a bit of time just to reinforce everything here, but it's nice and solid now, especially with those cedar boards there. I will, once I get squared up to here, I will put the rest of this as a 3/4 inch plywood with the 5/8 inch plywood on top of that. The plywood we're putting down the bottom is also pressure treated. I don't want to deal with anything else, and as you can see, all my cedar sawdust I put it down into the hole, and it's awesome to watch all the critters run from that. This is where the shower was. The shower never leaked. It was actually the commode that did all the leaking and everything, so that was good. All the flooring underneath here was in good condition. This wall right here, we are going to replace all this with cedar. This is the cedar we cut on the sawmill. You can see that I got a couple pieces over there. Everything is coming out to be about 92 and a quarter inches and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and replace that wall. This shower here, we haven't decided whether or not we're going to tile in a shower for the boys, or if I'm going to buy a 3-piece or 4-piece set where it's got a basin of the shower and you got the walls that kind of click in. I got to get a few more reviews on those to see what's the potential of leaking and stuff like that. So yeah, without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set up a time lapse. You can watch me put up these cedar 2x4s here, and yeah, we'll see if we can get this done. And then after that, I'll probably conclude the video because I've got a lot more work. I got to do bush hogging this afternoon and some other stuff. Had a great 4th of July weekend, but it's coming to an end. I got to get this done before we do anything further. So stay tuned. Here we go. Okay, so there you have it. We have put in 4 of those cedar 2x4s there, as well as the bottom portion here. Again, I used these cedar boards here because the area around the commode just wasn't supported that well, and I didn't want to have to cut out plywood in such a way to kind of make it fit around everything. So I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go ahead and do this out of cedar. It'll be easier to do, and then the plywood section I can just do essentially for the square, and I can come back later and cut out the holes with the hole saw and all that good stuff. But yeah, happy with the way everything looks. We've got a lot more to go, but this is just one step. As you can see, I've got this portion right here. This is the wall that kicked out to have the commode on this side and a shower on this side. We are still, like I said, debating whether or not we're going to do a tiled shower, like where we, you know, do it ourselves and whatever size we need and everything, which we might do, or we may do an insert. Haven't decided yet. An insert was here previously, but I had to cut said insert out, so I wouldn't be able to do a full insert. I'd have to do the one that's, like I said, the 3 or 4 pieces that you kind of interlock together and then go back with some caulk and stuff like that. But yeah, some decisions that I don't have to make quite yet. We're going to go looking this afternoon at the hardware store and see if we can find some examples. I need to take some measurements here, but yeah, at least I've got the repairs done for that wall and then the wall off to my right here. So all I got to do is get the flooring down, and we'll be ready to actually start doing some plumbing and stuff in here. Really, the biggest thing is I'm trying to get all the demolition and repair work done so that I can have my father-in-law come in town and help me with some plumbing and stuff like that. And that'll help me out because he can work on stuff like during the week days when I'm not here, and I can work in the afternoons and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna go also, like I said, look at this tub shower combo. This one we will do as an entire piece because I can get it through the doors, but the other one we won't be able to just based on the sizing. So yeah, that'll conclude the video for today and everything. I do appreciate you watching. We've got a lot more coming, but this one is going to be kind of what we're going to try to do. We're going to do some cutting on the sawmill. We're going to show how we're using that wood here in the house, and then we're supposed to get a big cedar job potentially. And if we do that, I will definitely film that. We'll be cutting that on my dad's sawmill. And then, I know I talked about this in the beginning of the video, we are contemplating selling my dad's sawmill. And the reason is because, you know, he's got the 2220, which has just loads of power and stuff like that. And it does cut long. His will cut, you know, over 24 foot and everything. But my mill, the 2020, is my favorite mill. And there are certain things I like about that. One being that it doesn't have any kind of computers and stuff on it per se for the engine. It's just a naturally aspirated V1505 Kubota diesel that's bulletproof. And the other engine is a really good engine too. It's a Kubota diesel engine as well, but it's got more power than we really know what to do with, and we don't really need two big commercial grade sawmills as well as the slabber mill here. So I think we're gonna probably sell his mill, and then in a couple years I'll probably buy another mill, and then we'll see what we're gonna do from there. I don't know. There's a lot of decisions we have to make, and some of those are also fiscal decisions. I know what my budget is for this house. I know what I think it's going to cost, and I know the reality is it's probably going to cost more than what I think it's going to cost. So I do have to recoup some funds to put back into this house. But then on the tail end, after I start running the sawmill big and everything, I might be able to recoup some other funds to get another sawmill using some different programs that are out there. All right. Well, please like, subscribe. We will see you around. I got a lot of work to do. We'll see you.